Hello and welcome to Hobbs Casts. It is 2 AM and I want to see if I can be a decent caster. It's definitely a skill to cast and a skill to observe, and difficult to get all the information that you need in terms of narrative and entertainment value casting into the short space of time that is a game of RTS. You know, things happen quickly and you have to react fast, and I want to see if I can do that. So this might turn into a promotional series for UA, it might not, we'll see. So, in the bottom, we have Stranger, playing as the Sisters of Battle, opening Missionary, double engineer, and going straight for his Covenant. It looks like he is switching up his build, so he goes Missionary, Engineer, Missionary. Okay, Hob going double Scout, single Gen, Barracks. We have Voider, I am Hustler as Voider, doing the Forced Labour, getting out double Tactical Marines, Chaos Space Marines, whatever you want to call them, and 2 capping squads. Yharnam, playing as the Tau, 1 generator, we'll see what he goes for. What are you going to build, Yharnam? Breachers into Fire Warriors. And Gorchui on the top left, going for 1, 2, 3, 4 conscript squads, and a forward field command to cover his relic. We have Roman, who looks like he's already putting the aggression on here, so Voider's not going to be very happy to see this Eye of Madness in his main base. Not his main base, sorry, his natural expansion. That's going to delay him from capping this point and cost him some money. Probably worth it if he's doing it, if Roman's doing it, so yeah, that's a move. It is going to get cleaned up, but it's going to cause some lost requisition time. Another bit of harassment here coming in from Roman, and he does get the decap, so relentless opening from Roman against Voider. These attacks will be cleaned up, but is it efficient in wreck damage? I think it probably is. Meanwhile, left side Hob just putting a little bit of pressure on the Imperial Guard player, and Stranger with 2 Seraphim squads now moving up to reinforce him. Yharnam getting out on the map with some Fire Warriors and some Breachers. Stranger checking for a potential push, but once seeing this infantry command, going back, sensible decision. And looks like we have a proper engagement coming up now. On the right side, Chaos Marines kiting back to try and face the Chaos Demons of Roman. And I mean, you do the math in this middle engagement, you got 2 squads against 3 squads. Tactical Marines pretty good in melee, and these Seraphims very good at kiting and doing damage on the move. So it looks like Hob is running straight into melee and getting on top of these breachers, while the Seraphims from Stranger deal the damage. That's some nice teamwork there. Taking quite a few models off. Will he get them in the HQ? Nope, they will all go down. Tau Commander is out though, dealing some damage. Meanwhile, in the bottom right side, we have more kiting back. Looks like a pretty efficient fight against the Furies. And the Chaos Space Marines, all in red bar, so Voider really under some heavy pressure here, and he's probably going to lose quite a few models. Yep. Yeah, that's brutal. But I believe he has enough to clean this up. Meanwhile, Stranger going for the generator kill. Space Marines locking up the Tau Commander in melee, but we've got a lot of squads out here now putting pressure on. Looks like Hobbs going to lose his entire retinue of Tactical Marines. Yeah, just cleaning up in the bottom right for Voider. These Flesh Hounds running rampant, reinforcing Missionaries from Stranger coming in to assist. Seraphims are going to catch out these Flesh Hounds on the map though, and they are not going anywhere anymore. Bottom right side, more pressure coming out from Roman with these reinforcing Chaos Space Marine squads. He will push these blue horrors away. Meanwhile, Hob has seemingly wanted to go back in with just the Force Commander, I mean Brother Captain even, and if the Tau Commander uses that one ability that he has, he's just going to snipe this straight away. And yeah, he does go down without even needing to use the ability. Hob with not really anything out apart from scouts and 2 tactical marines. So let's see, tech at 37%. Meanwhile, right side, Voider and Stranger pushing forward. The missionaries have split off to go and attack the right. Yharnam's chipping down the LP of Voider. So Hob just is going to sit in the main base, come in to collapse on these forces with the Chaos Space Marines. Meanwhile, Stranger going for a run by in the top right. Defensive Eye of Madness is coming down, but that's not going to be enough against Seraphim squads, I can tell you that much. Roman responding, deep striking in more blue horrors. Meanwhile, Chaos pushing in on the Tau, a fighting retreat from the guard as they retreat up to the LPs. And it looks like Voider's just going to be content with taking the map. Meanwhile, Stranger kiting the shit out of Roman, really. There's a lot of models going down here. Bit of back and forth here going between the Tau and the Chaos. Neither side really controlling the crit. The left crit controlled by Hob. Stranger going in though. We've got a few red bar, we've got lost morale and a few red bar Chaos Horrors. And he's not going to be able to stick around for long. We've got a tank coming from Gorchui. And we've got these upgraded LPs. Stranger's going to need to get these guys on the run soon. Screamers coming in from Roman. And we'll have to keep an eye on this tank here from Gorchui. Looks like he's garrisoned up with something. We'll have to see what comes out of there. Seraphims need to get out of here. Looks like they will. And it looks like a push coming in from the bottom team. We've got 2 Seraphim squads and Chaos Space Marines and a couple of tactical marines coming in from the bottom side. And this is the second time that poor Yharnam is being kited back to his base. His fire warriors slaughtered. Chimera reached the front lines to see if he degarrisons what he got in his Chimera. Got Lord Generals and Plasma Gun, but missile launchers already out from Hob, and a freaking Dreadnought is already coming up the main field. And with these Seraphims, Tau's really not got anything here to counter anymore. He has most of his units run down or put in the headquarters, and a Dreadnought is now heading for his main base. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th building generators. Yeah, there's just nothing here that can kill this Dreadnought right now. And look at this damage coming out from the heavy flamers. The rest of the bottom side forces retreating or standing their ground. Meanwhile, 4 generators going down, a 5th generator going down. This Dreadnought doing absolutely hell of damage. Meanwhile, while Hob's dealing damage, he's also losing Devastators in mid, and a lot of pressure being put on his tactical marines. Nice to see a Chaplain out. Voider trying his luck, but we've got 2 armies against 1, having to push out, getting pushed back. Stranger's still active, very, very active. He doesn't let these guys rest. He's active on the map with these Seraphims. And Hob's Dreadnought coming up in as well. Looks like they're going to focus fire the generators of Roman. And all 3 generators going down, another brutal attack. Hob's generator taking some pretty severe tickle damage from these LPs. They do quite a bit of vehicle damage. Hob pushing on the left side with tactical marines, missile launchers, hellfire, and a Chaplain. Meanwhile, Seraphims from Stranger retreating from the Screamers, but he's got caught by the blue horrors, and it looked like he's getting pathed here deliberately by Roman. A tactical play coming in here from him, and Stranger's now forced to sit here and fight with his Seraphims, so he's not going to be pleased to see that. How's this push going? Bit of damage on the LP. Tau skirmishing in mid against Voider. Stranger does get his jump back and gets the hell out of it. We see quite a presence of demons on the right side of the map. Slag being taken on the right side by Roman. Left side by Hob, but it's being taken down by the guard of Gorchui. Hob's push finally killing an LP. And a push from Voider, and Voider, he loves his autocannons, he loves his heavy bolters, he loves his Chaos Space Marines, and he loves going Mark of Khorne. And it's extremely hard to stop when he gets a big ball of them like this. Tau Commander, looks like he's getting roasted. We've got good damage coming in from this broadside, but once again, it's not enough. We've got 3 squads of Chaos Space Marines activating their Mark of Khorne, and they're going to kill him in no time. Poor Yharnam is getting devastated again. Meanwhile, on the left side, Hob sieging the LP, sieging the infantry commander, excuse me. Stranger trying to stop the guard from taking the left side. Looks like Hob's taken some economic damage. Yep, this generator would have been destroyed. He's rebuilding it. Voider retreating from the mid-fight as Tau reinforcements come, losing a few models on the retreat. Stranger, unable to take on the full might of the guard, is fighting backwards, and he's going to get the generator kill. And he's still being active on the map with these Seraphims. Absolutely ruthless. Meanwhile, bottom right side, a huge push of, I didn't catch this, of Chaos Demons pushing in against Voider's main base. Seraphims kiting back. We have Hellfire Dreadnoughts kiting Imperial Guardsmen. Roman being pushed back or out of Voider's main base. And the Seraphims at the very back being chased by Gorchui's tank. Looks like Hob's taking quite a nice fight in mid. There's simply nothing to counter these Dreadnoughts present on the map in this area. So he's going to be sitting pretty. Voider successfully defending his main base. Herald of Khorne, that's going to go down. Sneaky stealth suits on the low ground, putting some chip damage on this LP from Voider. And this army still lurking in the bottom right. Meanwhile, a tank rush coming in from Gorchui. Looks like he's garrisoning up units and heading for Hob's main base. And Hob's army completely out of position over here on the left. And it looks like he's just going to sustain some economic damage. Meanwhile, Seraphim's still kiting in the back here from Stranger. We see this, keep an eye on this army on the right. And the army does de-garrison from these tanks from Gorchui, and he's going to be focusing Hob's wreck economy. Meanwhile, Hob pushing in on the left side against Gorchui. Looks like we've got a bit of a base race going on between these two. Meanwhile, Hellfires from Hob pushing in against the Tau. And this back point being harassed by Stranger. The right side push continues, and Voider is holding fast to defend his main. Hob's base being absolutely gutted by the Imperial Guard here. But Hob at the same time doing generator damage in response, economic damage being sustained on both sides. Stranger still going after these generators of the Imperial Guard. Voider holding the attack in his main with reinforcing tanks from Stranger. Stranger now up to double HQ, double Manufactorum, pumping out these tanks. Hob doing what he can to defend, but he doesn't have enough. He simply can't defend his main base with such 2 forces. IG losing even more generators. Stranger trying his very best to strip off every last one. And we've got Sentinels skirmishing against Hellfire Dreadnoughts. That's not going to go well for the Sentinels. And Devastators locking up the Blue Horrors in melee combat. That's desperation. Smoke grenade been popped by Hob. Meanwhile, push on the right side. Voider has protected his main base and is pushing up on Roman. Meanwhile, Gorchui destroying the HQ of Hob, and that's painful, and all of his points. We'll see, is he able to defend his main? The Pink Horror is having to retreat. Hellfire does kill another Sentinel. And Gorchui taking his tanks to raid Stranger's base. On the right side, Stranger going after Roman. Tank not taking the best engagement here, but with the reinforcing Chaos Marines, it doesn't look like Roman's going to be able to stop this. The tank's rotating out of Stranger's base and going after Voider. Meanwhile, at the back, Seraphim's still causing disruption. Looks like the Devastators have switched to shooting stance from Hob. Going to kill another Sentinel. And again, poor Yharnam in the back of his base. He's going to lose his generator line. That's painful. That's very painful. While the IG have de-garrisoned in Voider's main base, Voider is pushing in Roman's main base. Reinforcing forces here from Stranger. Look like they are going to be able to clean this up. He's got some higher tech units here, some Repentiers coming out, and Immolator tanks. And while these Seraphims and some Devastators from Hob are going to take down the Path of Enlightenment of Yharnam. Once again, very painful. And Voider and Stranger's tank up in the north are gutting the main base of Roman. The IG do inflict some pretty serious economic damage here on Voider. He lost both his LPs and some generators, but now are being chased away. Corn Berserkers being chaotic in the back. And the push on the right side is still in full swing. Voider taking down the buildings of Roman. Imperial Guard tank coming to reinforce. It's got some garrisons in it. Nice play here from Gorchui, being mobile on the map with his chimeras. Meanwhile, Stranger does help Voider secure his main. His natural expansion, sorry. Seraphim's kiting IG around. Nice micro on two fronts from Gorchui here, with his squads in the north and his squads in the south. Now moving up to try and support his ally Roman with the defense of his main. This Hob seems to have rebuilt his main base in the meantime. Has a nice cheeky little proxy on the left. Stranger moving left side with some tanks. Hob with a random dreadnought on the right. The push still in full swing, mate. And it looks like they have enough now to push Voider out of their base. Stranger's tanks coming up the left side. Hellfire Ironclad Dreadnought cleaning up the last of some guardsmen. And Voider has been finally forced out of Roman's base. Tank in retreat. And the Hellfire does pop that. The Ironclad does pop that tank. Meanwhile, on the left side, Stranger pushing up with 4 Immolator tanks. He's been pumping these things out all game, and more coming across the map. Gorchui doing what he can to path the opponent. Mass conscripts. Just coming out, and look, the pathing is becoming effective. 2 tanks getting bogged down, but Stranger squeezing 2 into the back, finishing off the eco that was damaged earlier. Hob's Dreadnought has been caught out by the EMP grenades of the Tau. That's unfortunate for him. Stranger doing critical economic damage to Gorchui. And look like he's de-garrisoning some higher tier infantry here. We've got Plasma Gun Guardsmen fighting Repentiers. And Stranger is running amok in the back of Gorchui's base. Meanwhile, Voider coming up with a big push on the Tau. And the poor Tau again, nothing to stop this. It's such a big ball of chaos. I mean, what can you do? Roman, once again, he's rotated all the way down and around to Voider's main base. We'll have to see if he can get much done. He's going for the economy. But is he doing as much damage as this push? I don't know. Every single generator going down for Gorchui. Excellent harassment from Stranger. And it looks like Roman has bowed out of the game. That might be it. Vindicator out from Void It. And just hundreds of conscripts here from Gorchui. But GG, what a game. Yharnam now kicked out as well. Just waiting on Gorchui, and there he goes. Very nice game. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing more of these casts. We'll see how it goes. It is quite a skill to do. And I might make a bit of a series out of it. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Ooh, big military score and resource score from Stranger. And Hob, despite losing his entire main base, still having an eco score above that of anyone on the opposing team. Military, let's go military first. 239 kills, 64 losses for Stranger. 106 kills, 44 losses for Hob. 147 and 70 for Voider. Gorchui, he is playing Imperial Guard, so we can't be too harsh on him. 73, 200. Roman is Chaos Demons, 30, 185. And Yharnam at 67, 107. So the top team clearly doing a lot better in this particular game. And a lot of resources from Stranger. I'm impressed with the amount of wreck that Gorchui was able to acquire, 17k. That's quite some amount for a difficult position in the game. And technology, no one really cares about the technology page. I don't give a shit. Nice. Alright, this is Hob, signing out.